All right, I'm here with my main man, Navin here, somebody that I go to all the time when it comes to anything around the creator economy, NFTs, like pop culture, and thank you for joining me here, Navin.
You know I'm always happy to be here. Come on.
Man, I thought it'd be really cool if we just hit on some like hot topics. I know we were sort of sharing some texts about what we wanted to talk about, but I wanted to get into the main juicy topic, which is around Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, sir.
And Logan
Mr.
Paul.
Logan Paul.
Now, what was your take just generally about the fight?
About the fight in general, it sucked. The first round was hilarious when, I don't know if you remember when Logan went crazy with his fist of fury. Outside of that, I'm just happy that Logan went 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. Then you can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
But the fight itself was kind of weak.
Well, let me tell you, man, I think Logan Paul won the fight. I think he won the fight. I'll tell you why he won the fight. Number one is he lasted 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time. A.
Yep.
B. Did you see his post-game conference? He came off as humble. He came off as authentic, empathetic. He was almost crying. Like to me, it was like the transformation. Like, you know, in the WWE when the bad guy becomes the good guy all of a sudden? That was him. Like Logan Paul was the guy that went to Japan and was like involved in, there was like suicide hanging and stuff like that. And he was the most hated person on the internet. To literally right after the fight, people were like, you know what?
I like this guy.
Seems like a good guy.
Full 360, man. It's crazy. Like it's been a full 360. And what's even cooler about it is like Floyd endorsed him at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Like he endorsed him as a great fighter, and that is going to give him so much more legs in the next few years for things he's going to do.
And let me tell you about how it impacted the creator economy.
Oh, yeah.
You had Floyd Mayweather come through. What kind of fit? What was his hat?
The OnlyFans all leather black hat.
He came with the OnlyFans hat. OnlyFans hat. A, check, okay?
Yep.
OnlyFans hat. Number 2, Logan, it's like the apex of the creator economy. Here you have somebody who's created content that basically made $40 to $50 million off this fight. This was the power of the internet, where somebody can literally take a side door and fight with some of the greatest fighter on the planet.
Exactly. And think about it, like Logan is just another creator, another YouTuber at the end of the day, right? But he got in the ring with the greatest boxer of all time. And how many people can actually do that?
Yeah.
I don't even know if Floyd may step in again, but also on the flip side, how smart is Floyd? How smart is Floyd for getting back in the ring for a contracted exhibition match? Doesn't affect his record. Walked away with what, maybe 30 mil?
Well, you know, that's the thing with Floyd, is that Floyd, he constantly said that this is a legalized bank robbery. That's what he kept on saying. It's a legalized bank robbery, which I really love. So, you know, to me, I think, obviously Floyd made, I don't know, like 100 mil off the fight. But to me, Logan won the fight. Yeah. And this is a beautiful representation of what the creator economy can get to. I mean, I thought Mr. Beast launching 300 virtual restaurants across North America, putting a dent in the restaurant game was the apex. This is the new apex, and the game is just starting.
Just wait till you see what happens next. None of us know what's coming, and I feel like so many creators are working on some dope projects. It's going to be a fun rest of the year.
Well, that's why I keep on saying this, and I will say this to the moon, that one day you're going to have a $1 billion one-person organization, and guess what? That is going to be a creator.
Yeah. We say the power's with the individual. In the next 5-10 years, some of the most influential people will be one singular person, which is crazy to think about.
I love it, man. Well, now give me, I know you've been deep into the NFT game.
Yeah.
Specifically NBA Top Shot.
Always.
Now, what is the state of play with Top Shot right now? Because in my opinion, what Dapper has done, they've flooded the market, which is fine. Listen, if you're in this long game, they've flooded the market with supply.
Yeah.
And there's if you go to the marketplace, things are super cheap.
$2.
$2.
Yeah.
$1. And obviously for those who were part of the hype cycle before, you probably saw a lot of your account balance go down.
Yeah.
But what advice would you give to some folks that are into Top Shot now, and maybe they've seen their balance sort of decrease?
Yeah, same advice I'm telling you when we first did this, when we first started. HODL. Hold everything as long as you can and do not sell anything. They just launched a bunch of new features this week in terms of collector scores. You probably saw that. They're starting to show you how many moments are being sold, held, burned. Like Dapper's working on a lot of functionality. And even though our accounts have dropped, we're still just at the peak. No one knows what's coming yet. It's still in beta. That's what I always say. It's still in beta.
Well, I think what's going to be exciting is when they actually build utility into the NFT. Meaning, what if you hold, a certain number of Tyler heroes, and now that will give you access to, merch or events or sort of like a backyard hang with Tyler. That's what I'm sort of looking at when it comes to utility with NFTs.
So something I saw a lot this week was individuals buying some of their favorite players, and they have 100 to 300 of each moment.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I saw someone tweet. Is like, hey, I want to get a signed jersey because I own 300 of this player's jersey. I'm like, that's really smart. But also the utility side, I think they're slowly starting to get into it, like attending an NBA game like we talked about. What if you pull up to a game, you get a live moment that happened during that game? Yeah. Only if you were there in the arena can you get it. Yeah. I think we're just on the brink of it still.
Well, man, anything else that you want to say about NBA Top Shot? And I'm not going to lie to you. I've been so busy over the last month that I haven't bought a single thing.
I was just going to ask.
I haven't bought a single thing off the marketplace, which I should. And I think the market is like ripe. And I'm just going to, to me, I'm just going to collect all the, I guess, the major like the Lucas or the
ones you know and believe in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you done any recent pack drops? Because there's some pack drops coming this week and last week. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I am still doing the pack drops. I have been. Sometimes I go on. I'm slow to the punch. I have gone some packs, but I've been getting some like not so great cards. But
you know what we need to do, right?
What's that?
We need to create a DAO.
Yeah, okay.
Towards NBA Top Shot.
Well, explain to people what a DAO is.
Simple terms is group ownership. Creating a DAO smart contract on Ethereum is like, we're going to do X, Y, Z, and there'll be certain rules and people that govern that. But it allows people to buy in at a very cheap price. Are you into Bored Apes Yacht Club? Have you seen that? BAYC?
I've seen it, and I've seen everyone sort of change their avatars.
So crazy community cult, like one of the best NFT projects in the world right now. They just launched Kylo Ren.
Yep.
You may have heard of him.
Yep.
He's from India. He launched a DAO. I bought into the DAO. They sold 500,000 fractions. It was a crazy amount of Ethereum they raised. I think like 50 or 1,500 Ethereum or something like that. But you had over like 1,000 plus buyers do it. So when you think about a DAO, it's like allowing the community to buy into something and not break the bank.
Yeah.
I think collectively we're all sharing this experience of how it builds out over the next few years.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super disruptive. I love the concept of sort of we talk about the individual having more power than any the individual having power. Now a DAO is a representation of these superpowers sort of coming together.
Exactly.
I know we were going to talk about the cooperation economy, which is probably something you chatted about with Packy McCormick.
Yes.
That's where you're getting it from. Yeah. Yeah, I read that piece, and it's very much in line with what I've been talking about, which is, and I loved his piece, which was like the liquid super teams, right?
Yep.
So I've been mentioning it actually in my keynotes over the last couple of days about liquid super teams. I've been talking about it before as Avengers style model.
Exactly.
But I didn't have the drippy line, liquid super teams, which I think is really great. I have a counter take to liquid super teams, but I want to get your take on it.
Well, what's the counter? Because that's interesting.
Yeah, I think the idea of getting really superheroes together, like Avengers, like if us come together.
Yeah. Okay,
so great. You're a superhero. I'm a superhero, and obviously, we want to do a pod together.
Right.
What's holding us back? Well, time. You're so involved in so many things. I'm so involved in so many things. And by the way, doing everything digital, it's hard to do. You actually need superheroes to come together. He likened it to the idea of the Avengers. At some point, the Avengers have to get together to beat Thanos. Can't do it separately.
Exactly.
You can't work. So to me, that's where it breaks. And I saw it in consulting. In consulting, the same model. You bring really smart people, superhero skills together, but what holds it back? Time and the fact that you need to come together. To me, that's the counter take. And I know when everything is fluid and digital and liquid, it's really easy to do. But ultimately, you don't get the best of people's superpowers unless you're together. But Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving are not gonna beat LeBron, Thanos, at home. They gotta beat them. They gotta beat them together.
Exactly. Not singular.
That's my opinion.
No, I totally agree with you. And I think time is, like you said, the biggest thing, the biggest constraint when it comes to that.
Yeah, but when it comes to the cooperation game, and when you want to combine people together, you want to make a DAO. It's how much time do you have? I want to do a million things too, but it's really important people.
Yeah.
They probably don't have the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being blunt.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I think it's case by case basis, but I also think we're in a unique time where like there's a lot of good entrepreneurs and people who understand how to manage their time so much better than the other entrepreneur. And I think those are the ones you need to target. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
But again, I just feel like there's so many cool things that can be done. Like you said, like how much time can we give to all these different projects? Even though, just like you probably want to dabble in a million things a day.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been trying, like with the NFT stuff, like I've been trying to dabble as much as I can, and then like I'm really, I know I messaged you about the mirror thing. Like I'm like close to getting into like this mirror.
You're close.
Like I'm in the leaderboard. I'm like number 9 right now. But
that's really good.
Which is good. Yeah. Well, the first 10 go through. I've been waiting for like months. I've been trying to like get people to vote for me. Oh my God. Anyways, it's like the longest. I'm gonna get it in 2028. The problem is that like I'm not as I'm still immersed in the old world, right? The digital world. While many people in the crypto NFT space, they're sort of in. Anyways, I'm gonna get in there and do more things. I know we're kind of running out of time, but I want to ask you about Metaverse.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone's talking about the Metaverse. What is your take? What are some of the exciting things that you're seeing in the Metaverse?
I think for a lot of us, it's still super confusing as to what's going on, but I'm still super bullish on the Metaverse. We just talked about Krista Kim and her house and the Mars house selling. That's a cool concept. We're seeing digital land being sold everywhere. We're seeing all these NFTs and projects pop up, and it's really cool. But I'm still bullish on genies. Like I'm really bullish on the fact that in the future, we're going to have a digital avatar that we want to spend money on and we want to interact with people on. We're going to throw our VR headset on and live in a different world. And I think a lot of people actually are going to be looking forward to that because they want to escape from the current state of whatever reality they're living in.
Yeah.
So I just feel like the Metaverse has so much potential, but we don't really understand what it's going to be yet.
Well, to me, the Metaverse is really, I think it's inevitable because you have kids that are already playing in the Metaverse.
Yeah,
they're
Roblox.
already in Roblox. They're
Exactly.
already sort of in Fortnite. They're building their own worlds. They're learning about the economy. They're learning about architecture in Roblox. I don't know if you saw this, like recently Gucci.
Yeah.
Gucci had this thing in Roblox where they have like a $4,000 Gucci bag that costs more than the actual
It's crazy.
Gucci bag in real life. I think that's where we're getting to. I think the brands that actually understand the Metaverse, I think Gucci understands it. That's why they've integrated with Roblox. Like when are we going to see in the lab in the Metaverse?
Trust me, you already know that I'm working on so many different things from coins to Metaverses to NFTs. And it's something I want to say is like the biggest thing has been education. Like how can we keep educating people? And like Gary Vee did a great job with VeeFriends. We talked about that, but we need more of that.
Yeah.
I think we need more big names to come on and educate the masses, so it can be easier for like some of the smaller guys like us to start, reinventing our brand and our game with that.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're gonna chat more. We're gonna chat more about this, and man, I just appreciate you coming here.
Always.
We're doing a keynote with Canada Post, talking about the future of e-commerce, DTC. Perfect. That's why I want to have you here because I think what you guys are doing in the lab is incredible.
Thank you. I always appreciate you, bro. I can't wait for the keynote.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I bet the next video is gonna be even better. So hit subscribe, and we'll chat in the comments.